Dear students, let's start lecture number 5 of the course Network Security. Today our topic is classical encryption techniques. This is our outline. We will revise our lecture number 4 first. Then we will go through some of the important terms. Then I'll discuss key points of this chapter as we have started new chapter. So I'll explain some of the key points of this chapter, and then I'll be discussing symmetric cipher model, which will include secure use of conventional encryption, model of conventional crypto system, cryptography or cryptology definitions, cryptography dimensions, and finally, I'll explain approaches to attacking a conventional encryption system. So let's start with the revision of the previous lecture, a model of network security. If you remember, we have covered this lecture. In this lecture, I have uh, shown you this model. In this model, as sender wants to send anything to the receiver, so what sender does that it applies uh, uh, a security transformation and security key which is provided by the third party to him, and convert into ciphertext. And then this ciphertext travels over the network and reaches the receiver, where receiver will apply the same security transformation and the security key to convert this secure message to plain message again. And in case this message is accessed by the opponent over the network, so as the message is encrypted, so opponent will not be able to understand that message, and definitely he will not get the meaning of that. This was the demonstration. I have shown you this demonstration. Uh, in this demonstration, you can see the sender wants to say hello to the receiver. So what sender does, the sender applies security transformation and the security key, which is provided by a third party, and convert this plain text to ciphertext. And then this ciphertext travels over the network and reaches the receiver, where the receiver applies the same security transformation and security key to convert it back to the plain text. And in case, for example, in case that message is accessed by the intruder, he will not get the meaning of that, and he cannot give any harm to the system, and hence your confidentiality and integrity will be maintained. This was another model for network access security. In this model, we had discussed that if intruder uh, get the access over the access channel, which reaches the firewall, but as he's a cracker, so he will not be able to answer the question of the firewall, so he will not get the access to the information system. So I shown this with the help of demonstration. For example, if a authorized user comes and he gets the access over the access channel and reaches the firewall, as he authorized user, he get the access to the information system, and can do whatever he want to do, whatever he wants to do. In another case, if unauthorized user comes He get the access over the channel, reaches the firewall, as he cannot answer the question of the firewall because he's an intruder, so he will be thrown out of the system. Now, uh, now starts our today lecture, symmetric cipher model. Uh, First, we will go through some uh, terminology. First one is encryption, transform representation, which is no longer understandable. Crypto system, a combination of encryption and decryption method, we call it as crypto system. Clear text or a plain text information before encryption, we call it as a clear text or plain text. Ciphertext information is encrypted form, we call it as a ciphertext. One-way cipher encryption system that cannot easily be reversed. And normally this kind of ciphers are used for passwords. Decryption, reversing encryption processing, we call it decryption or deciphering. Cryptanalysis, getting meaning of encrypted information without accessing the secret information means key. Without having the key, you get the meaning of the encrypted message. Cryptology, this is the combination of cryptography and cryptoanalysis. Let me have a spotlight. Uh, as we have started new chapters, so I want to go through some key points. Symmetric encryption or conventional encryption. This is a form of crypto system uh, which uses only one type of key for both encryption and decryption. As we studied there, what the crypto systems are. Uh, in the process of encryption and decryption. This is called crypto system. So they normally use one type of key. Means encryption will be performed with the same key as you want to perform the decryption. So encryption and decryption will be performed with the same key. So we call it as a symmetric encryption or conventional encryption. Conversion need a secret key and encrypted algorithm. Recovery needs the same key and a decryption algorithm. Two types of attacks are on encryption algorithm. Cryptanalysis, normally based on properties of encryption. Normally they are decrypted by studying the properties of algorithm. And in brute force attack, normally we try to apply we try to apply all the possible keys to decrypt the message. Traditional symmetric ciphers uses substitution and or transposition techniques. In substitution technique, maps plain text elements, means character or bits, into a cipher text element. Whereas in transposition technique, symmetrically transpose the position of plain text elements. Router machine is hardware device that use substitution techniques. And stenography is hiding a secret message within a larger one, without which cannot disconcern the presence of contents of a hidden message. Now, this is the background. Traditionally, symmetric encryption is provide message confidentiality. As you know that we want to apply cryptography on it. So what we are trying to do actually, when you apply cryptographic technique on a plain text, what it does that it converts the plain text to ciphertext. So your confidentiality is maintained because only authorized user will be able to read that message. So if intruder or an opponent is there over the network, so he cannot cannot read that message even if he accesses that message. So consider these are the scenarios which I have taken, like workstation on LAN accesses other workstations and servers on LAN. LANs interconnected uses switches and routers with external lines or radio or satellite links. Consider attacks and placement in these scenarios. Snooping from another workstation, use a dial-in to LAN or server to snoop, use external router link to enter and snoop, monitor and or modify traffic on external link. So these are the scenarios, these are some of the scenarios where you can apply encryption techniques. And hence what by applying the encryption technique, what you will get, your message will be confidential, and hence unauthorized user will not access your message. Okay. uh, Symmetric cipher model. A symmetric cipher model has 5 parts, like plain text. uh, uh, I know that now you can, you know that what the plain text is. Plain text is a original intelligible message or a data that is fed into algorithm as an input. Encryption algorithm perform various substitution and transformation on plain text. Secret key input to the encryption algorithm, a value dependent of the plain text and algorithm. Algorithm will produce a different output depending on specific key. Substitution and transformation performed by algorithm depend on the key. So there are different result will obtain if you apply different keys on if you apply different keys on that algorithm. Ciphertext scrambled message produces as an output, plain text and secret key for a given message. Two different keys will produce two different ciphertexts. This is very clear that, for example, if you apply different keys, you will get different kind of a ciphertext, because key is a very important factor. The ciphertext is apparently random stream of data and is stand is unintelligible. Decryption algorithm runs in reverse, takes the ciphertext and the secret key to produce the original plain text. Now you can see here, this is actually the pictorial view of the symmetric cipher model. You have a 5 component, like you have a plain text, you have a secret key, encryption algorithm, uh, transmitted ciphertext, and then decryption. As you know, that plain text, everybody can read this message, and you will give this plain text to encryption algorithm, and then this key will be applied on the encryption algorithm, and then ciphertext will be prepared, and then the ciphertext will be transmitted over this channel, and then it reaches a receiver where the decryption will be applied, and the same key will be input to the decryption algorithm, and you will get this plain text back. Now, this is model for conventional crypto system. Like for example, if you want to send source with X to encryption algorithm, and then the key will be applied on it, as the key is, you can see here, the key is traveling over the secure channel. As I mentioned in my previous lecture, that this is very important, that the key must be travel very securely. Otherwise, if this key is get by any intruder or an opponent, he can harm or he can understand whatever you want to say, and hence your confidentiality will be compromised. So encryption algorithm, here you can see that here we have a key will traveling over the secure channel, and here you have encryption algorithm, and then it will reaches the decryption receiver side, where the same key will be applied on the decryption algorithm, and the side here on the medium you will receive ciphertext, and here you will get the secure key, and this will be applied on this ciphertext, and you will get destination will get the original text back. Now you can see here, let me have a spotlight. You can see here, like here, what is the encryption like? You have in encryption, you have a key and whatever message you want to send. So you will, so hence it will be encrypted. And on the receiver side, how the decryption will be done? You have a key which is traveling over here over the secure channel, or a secure channel here. So you have a decryption key and a ciphertext, and you will get the plain text back. Now, secure use of conventional encryption. There are two requirements. Need a strong encryption algorithm, and an opponent knows the algorithm and access to one or more ciphertexts, unable to unable to decipher the ciphertext or figure out the key. And another is sender and receiver receive copies of the secret key in a secure fashion, as I shown you in the previous slide. Like I can show you again that this is a secure channel on which your secure key travels. So no intruder can get this key. So keep the key secure. Note, if someone discovers the key and knows the algorithm, communication will be disclosed. I have mentioned this thing so many times, that if your key is compromised, or your algorithm is compromised, or if both are compromised, so they they can loss of your confidentiality, integrity. These are the definition of cryptography. In the last lecture, I have discussed the definitions in detail. Reference number 2 says that write in a way impossible to understand for the intruder or an opponent, allowing a secret method of unmangling. In a broader sense, we call it as a mathematical technique related to information security, performs secure communication in the presence of opponents. And the reference 3 says, practice and study of techniques for secure communication in the presence of third parties called adversaries. Constructing and analyzing protocol that prevent third party or the public from reading private messages. As you have taken this responsibility, that make make you make data available to only authorized user, means only user who has authorized to get that information. So hence your confidentiality will be intact. Now, cryptography dimensions. These are the cryptography dimensions. Cryptographic systems are categorized along three independent dimensions. Like first one is operation, uh, type of operation used for transforming plain text to ciphertext. Like all encryption algorithms are based on two general principles, like substitution and transposition. In substitution, each element in the plain text, bit, letter, group of bits or letters is mapped into another element. Whereas in transposition, element in the plain text are rearranged. The fundamental requirement is that no information will be lost. That is, all the operations are reversible. Most systems refer to as product system. Multiple stages of substitution and transpositions are performed. For example, one time you have performed substitution, and next time you perform. So this is called multiple stages of substitution or transposition. The number of keys used, normally a sender and receiver use the same key. So this kind of mechanism are called symmetric, single key, secret key, or conventional encryption. Whereas in some cases, sender and receiver uses different keys. Such type of system is referred as asymmetric or two key or public key encryption. The way in which the plain text is processed. So text can be processed as a block cipher or a stream cipher. In a block cipher, processes the input one block of element at a time, producing an output block for each input block. Whereas in stream cipher, possesses the input element continuously, producing output one element at a time as it goes along. Approaches to attacking a conventional uh, encryption schemes. So cryptanalysis, the objective of uh, attacking encryption system is to recover the key in use rather than recover plain text of a single ciphertext. Normally, this is not the objective of the of the crypto analysis to just recover the plain text out of a ciphertext. Normally, what they try to do, they try to recover key, because once you recover the key, you can decrypt all the messaging which is being performed. Two general approaches to attacking conventional encryptions: cryptoanalysis, cryptoanalytic attacks rely on the nature of the algorithm, plus uh, perhaps some knowledge of general characteristic of the plain text, or even some sample plain text ciphertext pairs. This type of attacks exploit the characteristic of the algorithm to attempt to reduce a specific plain text or reduce the key being used. Cryptoanalysis. Cryptoanalysis is the study or practice of ciphertext, ciphers, or crypto systems with the focus of how they work. Finding and improving techniques for defeating or weakening them. For example, Crypto analysts seek to decrypt ciphertext without knowledge of the plain text source, encryption key, or the algorithm used to decrypt. Crypto analysts also target uh, secure hashing, digital signature, and other cryptographic algorithms. These are the techniques which we will be discussing in our next lecture. Now, brute force attack. In brute force attack, the attacker tries every possible key on a piece of ciphertext until unintelligible translation into plain text is obtained. On average, half of all possible keys must be tried to achieve the success. If either type of attack success means if crypto analysts or brute force attack, in if either type of attack succeeds in reducing the key, the effect is uh, the effect is catastrophic, means that all future and past message encrypted with the key are compromised. Uh, with that, if you have any question, you can ask me through KCMS or WhatsApp, or you can see my email address written at the bottom of this slide. You can message me. I will be more than happy to answer your. I'm more than happy to answer your questions. With that, we reaches to end of this lecture. So uh, in the next lecture we will be studying we will be studying the specific symmetric cryptographic techniques in detail. Till then, Allah Hafiz.